Alright, elevated pin curls. Now, why would you want to use them versus a flat pin curl? An elevated pin curl is going to give you more lift at the base of the hair, and it's going to give your curls a lot more volume. You're going to want to do your pin curl sets on wet hair, and I even suggest that you have a water bottle standing nearby so that you can spray it if your hair starts to dry up. As with any pin curl set, you're going to want to go ahead and put your product in. I use Aveda's Conflixer. This is for fine to medium hair, and what this does is gives a little bit of hold to the hair, and it also helps prevent flyaways. Then I also use a product that is going to help my curls stay in longer and give them longevity so I can wear them for a day or two. And right now I'm using Kenra's Firm Hold Gel. You can also use setting lotions, really anything that's going to help your hair hold on to those curls. Next, you need to figure out how we're going to pin the curls to our head. You have a couple options. If you have nothing else, you can use just a standard bobby pin. Now, word of warning with bobby pins, see the little ridges up here at the top? Those will dent your pin curls as it dries. So just know that you'll probably get a little denting with these. You can also find the straight pins, which look almost exactly like a bobby pin, but other than being bumpy, it is straight on top. Or you can use, what's my favorite is the duckbill clip. Now there's two types of these. There are these, and there are these. Now these here, because it's got the deeper divot, I like to use on flat pin curls. I like to use these on elevated pin curls, and the reason is, if you see the ends on the one with the divot, it's got a little bar across the bottom, and it makes it a little bit difficult to slide into an elevated pin curl, but the divot and everything else makes this perfect for flat pin curls. But for elevated ones, I like these because they're a lot easier to clip into the hair. And then next, what you want to do is decide how big you want your curls. Usually with pin curls we use fingers to determine sizes. So you have 1 finger width, which is pretty small tight curls, about that, which is what I'm going to be doing in my hair today. Or you do it 2 fingers, which gives a much bigger pin curl and is going to give more of a relaxed curl. The last thing to think of before you start setting your hair is the directions of the pin curls. You have either going forward or going back. Depending on how you want the curls to fall is how you're going to determine that. But one thing to keep in mind is if the pin curls are all going in the same direction, they're going to want to form more of one smooth roll. It's going to want to all fall together. If you do them in alternating directions, like one row goes one way, the next row goes another way, and so on and so forth, you're going to end up with getting more of a wave through your hair as the opposing directions create a deep wave. We're going to do that on the crown. We're going to do alternating directions, and then down here we're going to do them all the same way. So let's get started. And this is going to be my first row. Now all these pin curls are going to go in the same direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to section off a little section of, I would say that's probably about 1 inch wide. You want to comb through it so it's nice and straight, and then you're going to spray the very ends, your handy water bottle, so that all the ends stay together. Now, I can choose to roll these curls forward towards my face, and that will mean that the curls will fall towards the front of my face, or I can choose to curl them away. I am trying to create a nice deep wave going back, so I want this first row to go backwards. Then what I'm going to do is place my finger almost halfway down the strand of hair and begin to wrap it around. Now, the very ends, you want to make sure that you get them tucked in to the pin curl, because if they're sticking out, your ends are not going to be curled. So what I usually do is I place my thumb there so I can kind of brush those ends in, and then I slide my finger out, and then I can just continue to roll it down to the very base of my hair. Once you get to the base of the hair, you're going to take your clip and you are going to place it right through the very center of the curl. So you should have something that looks like that. So I'm going to do that couple more times on this row. So there we go, we have our first row of pin curls in. So now we're going to section off our next row. So again, like I said, this section is going to be a wave. So we're going to do alternating directionality. Since I rolled these backwards, this row is all going to be rolled forward. So same thing, section off the hair, wet the ends, comb it through, not quite halfway, and this time we're rolling it forward, tucking in those ends, sliding it off the finger, rolling it down to the base, and pin. Now for the last row, we are going to roll it in the same direction we did the front ones because they're alternating. Now the thing with waves, to actually get that nice deep waves, you need at minimum 3 rows. So now we have our pin curls, elevated pin curls done on the top, and now we're going to do the ones on the side. We're going to do pin curls all in the same direction here. And again, all you do is separate off the hair about an inch, spray almost halfway, wrapping it around your finger and rolling it under, and then roll it to the base of the hair and pin. So there we go. I'm going to continue to do this on this side, and then when I start to do the back, I will come back and I will show you how I do the back. The back of the head is really hard to do by yourself. So you can either do one of two things. You can fake the back and just use like foam rollers or some other type of rollers that you have for the back of the hair, or you can continue doing what we were doing, but just don't worry so much about things being so neat and so even. Just kind of reach back, feel for about a 1-inch section of the hair, frame the ends, taking my finger, and I probably closer to the scalp because I can't see what's going on back here than I normally do. Making sure those ends are as best tucked in as possible. Rolling it off my finger and then up to the scalp. And then you can kind of feel the opening of where the opening of the curl is, and then you just slide your pin in. So I'm just going to continue rolling this all up, and then I'll show you the finished product in the back when we're done. Okay, so the back will end up looking like this. Again, I didn't try to worry so much about placement, just trying to get in as many as I could. And yeah, so there we go. I usually let this dry overnight, or if you have a bonnet dryer, you can put that on, and it should dry in about, I would say 45 minutes or so, depending on the thickness of your hair. I hope you guys really found this helpful and enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. And if you got here by one of my other videos, you can just go ahead and close this window and you should be able to return to the previous video. If you found this on its own, and you can go ahead and hit subscribe to know when new videos are posted. Hit that like button to let me know you like what's going on here. And other than that, I will see you soon. Bye.